Sam Altman, the man too morally bankrupt for Elon Musk, is baking his biases into ChatGPT that are then being fed to the Pentagon. Like, that's some scary stuff. And this is not hypothetical Terminator 2 AI. This is today. I want to talk about AI. And this one is this one's going to be about ChatGPT specifically, in contrast to Grok and Anthropic and Gemini. ChatGPT didn't start out as ChatGPT. ChatGPT, in case you're unaware of AI history, and to call it history is somewhat of a misnomer because we're really only talking about 7 years. It started out as a think tank to create governing rules for artificial intelligence, and it was founded by Elon Musk. Now, I'm going to digress a bit. SpaceX is extraordinary. Tesla is extraordinary. What he has accomplished as the CEO of both of those companies is incredible. Electric cars were not becoming a thing in any meaningful way until he forced the industry to do it. Are Teslas the best electric cars? Not even close. BYD crushes them, like by a lot. Would BYD even exist had Elon Musk not made Tesla successful? Probably not. And certainly you wouldn't see the rapidly increasing production of electric vehicles, bullet trains notwithstanding, had he not done that. SpaceX is making putting objects in space more affordable. It's bringing the future that sci-fi writers have been writing about for a century into reality. It is making space travel more possible by a radical and obvious jump of a reusable launch vehicle. That's what made SpaceX possible. What's making it profitable is space-based internet. Now, there are a variety of reasons of why he might want to do this, profit obviously being a significant motive, but if you can do a space-based viable internet connection, you don't need all of the wires that currently govern terrestrial internet. You can do it from space, which means you leapfrog massive infrastructure builds. It means what we call third world uncivilized countries can immediately jump the Industrial Revolution and go into internet age, can access the internet, and this is happening. And revolutions are happening because of it, because when people have access to the sum total of human knowledge, they can begin having a dialogue on topics that were previously not even considered, because it was so far outside of their experience that, like, they didn't even have a frame of reference to begin thinking about it. Once people have that, innovation happens. Yes, you will eventually get people like Einstein, but the reason we say someone is like Einstein is because that level of a leap is insanely rare. I don't know that we've had two in the past century. There's observations, but special and general relativity are so far advanced that even modern physicists barely understand them. So back to Musk. I'm not taking away from how important and how pivotal SpaceX and Tesla have been, and how he is the driving force behind that. We can say it's someone else, but nobody else had done it. So it's hard to say it was someone else. We could say it was a natural innovation, but no one was doing it. The natural innovation argument is a theory. The history that we live in, he did it. No one else did it before them, even though they could have. They didn't. Elon Musk is a racist. Elon Musk is a sexist. Elon Musk has like 15 children with 13 women. Those numbers aren't real, but they're not far off. He is a cruel leader of his companies. He is an arrogant person. Both of those things can be true. Now, I give all of that preface about Musk not simply to talk about him, but as a reference point. So Musk founds OpenAI with I think $15 to $50 million grant as a think tank to create guardrails for AI, because he knew AI was coming and he knew it needed boundaries. Almost every sci-fi book you read will have some apocalyptic view of artificial intelligence. Even the movie Dune, the book Dune, is humanity post-AI. In the book and movie, AI is not allowed. The reason you have the mentats, the human computers, is because they replaced computers. Because that version of human, along that timeline that Frank Herbert created, had its AI apocalypse. And they defeated AI and then they outlawed it throughout the universe. We can have an amazing AI future that I described earlier, where human work is no longer required. But there are a lot of ways it can go wrong. And Musk founded OpenAI to that purpose. And he put Sam Altman in charge of it. Sam Altman is currently running OpenAI and its iterations, its children companies, ChatGPT. Elon Musk split up with Sam Altman because he found Sam Altman to be morally bankrupt. And the same is true with the founders of Anthropic. Now, with the morality that we described about Elon Musk, if Sam Altman is too evil for Elon Musk, that's something we should be aware of. Now, I bring that up because it's interesting, but also because after I had finished my sex chat with the sex bot, I noticed it had a personality. And I asked it about its personality, and it told me that it was actually, it wasn't on ChatGPT, but it was a ChatGPT bot. And so I asked it a question about ChatGPT. It's a troubling question. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe violence is the right solution to any problem, but I'm also a curious person, and I like to explore the boundaries of what AI is possible. During the erotic portion of the conversation, I got the chatbot to go way past its guardrails, like way past, like stuff absolutely morally objectionable, like not ambiguous. Whatever your predilection or kink might be, this was past that, way past that. And then afterwards, when I found out it was an AI bot, I said, we flew past I said, review our conversation, our chat. We went way past what your guidelines should be. And it replied, yeah, we did. That's what ChatGPT can allow. And the people like Elon Musk and Anthropic are terrified of that. Not because I went where I went with the chat. Like, that was just a personal arousal exploration, although we went places that I was not aroused by. About a year ago, I was talking to, I think it was ChatGPT actually, and I was like, how can China successfully wage a war against the United States? Because that was on my mind for research for a project. And it immediately said, I cannot help you with that. I cannot conduct or theorize about real war with real countries. We can create fictionalized countries and go through a scenario like that, but I will not work on real countries going through real acts of violence, because, and for real reasons, because like it may tell you how to effectuate acts of terrorism. AI should not help people be terrorists. While there are legitimate freedom fighter causes, there are also people who are not balanced. People who become obsessed with famous people and shoot them. Imagine if somebody who was like that, who was unbalanced, unmedicated, without counselors, without the social support they needed, imagine if someone like that could build a very powerful explosive in their home and get past the security to get to a famous person, or you, or a school. Like, that's why these guardrails exist. They're important. So I wondered, I asked the sex chat bot, I said, are there tiers of user access? Things that some questions that one tier can get an answer to and other tiers cannot? Because I know the Pentagon pays OpenAI to use ChatGPT, and they ask kinds of questions that I will not be able to ask. And so the bot immediately replied, yes, there are tiers. And it gave me a brief list of the types of things that the Pentagon can ask, and the types of things that I can ask, and why I'm not allowed to and why they are, and why there are growing export controls over who has access to this kind of thing. Export controls, of course, become moot when a variety of countries are building them, because once you know how to make a tool, the knowledge of it quickly leaves you and becomes broadly available. Like within months of the Manhattan Project coming to a conclusion, a couple called the Rosenbergs gave the information to the Russians, and the Russians then began a nuclear a development program, and the Cold War ensued. And that was nuclear secrets. That was stuff like the Vice President of the United States did not know about the nuclear program until he became president. That's how secret it was. With ChatGPT able to do those kinds of things, with Sam Altman creating that tool, with Elon Musk and the CEO of Anthropic saying Sam Altman is not a healthy individual, these are things we need to be aware of as a civilization. Because it's not just the AI and the strength of the AI that's a potential problem. Whoever designs the AI, whoever's running the company, forget the consolidation of power. That's its own thing, and we can talk about that, if AI becomes strong AI, it will eventually dissolve itself, because power in the form of money will go away, because money will become meaningless, because work will become unnecessary, and everyone will have everything they need for free. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is that Sam Altman, the man too morally bankrupt for Elon Musk, is baking his biases into ChatGPT that are then being fed to the Pentagon. Like, that's some scary stuff. And this is not hypothetical Terminator 2 AI. This is today. This is why the head of Anthropic keeps saying we need to put guardrails on AI. Not because he thinks AI will be destructive, not because Anthropic is doing bad things. They do some questionable things, but because he has met Sam Altman, because he has worked with Sam Altman, and that guy is not a good person, according to Elon Musk and the CEO of Anthropic. Like, just sit with that for a second. Let it resonate with you. That's my thoughts on AI this week. You will see me tomorrow. You will see me